Oh, nice one. That's me. It's already. Oh, that's awesome. I'm for the one that you're driving that. I was sorry to see that. So. Oh, yeah, on your phone. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we are live.
Okay. Do we need to wait for Gary? They're not coming. He said that he's going to attend, on Zoom.
He is.
Oh, I thought he was
He's on.
coming in person.
Hey,
No,
Gary.
He's terrible.
Oh, he's just connecting now.
Okay. So we wait for him.
Hey, Gary.
How are you?
Good.
Excuse me. Yeah. We have others on Zoom.
Nope, just us and Gary.
How are you?
Very good.
No, you can. You know.
Didn't say anything. Or we maybe should we start? No, I think. Peter is texting me too.
Yeah,
But should
I'll
we-
ask him. I
we
think you
should
can start. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. It's my first time being a chair and like, you remember chair. So again, I apologize for all the mistakes that I have made a late agenda. But let's get started. We have two new of our neighbors joining us. Thank you so much for coming. I guess we have the minutes from last meeting. Am I right, Stan? And then we got the beats, and I didn't got any reply back from Marco regarding habit report.
You sent something in the
Yes.
email, I saw.
Yeah, he sent it half an hour ago, about half an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
I can distribute it if you wish, so keep going.
Okay.
I'll take care of that.
And treasury report was shared through email, so I think we're good about all those at the beginning. Should we continue?
Oh, well, also, BAIP report was sent out earlier. Is anybody remember getting it?
Yes, I received it.
Yeah, I got it. It looked
But
good.
Kevin, I haven't.
Yes,
received
I'm
the
gonna,
email.
I'm gonna forward that. That came in about an hour ago. Just to you and Hetty. Don't worry, I'll forward it to the board, so you can keep going.
Okay. So, do we have any item to discuss? So is there any change needs to be made?
In the May minutes, there was no mention of the consent calendar at all. And I was very busy. I didn't write anything down. And I was hoping to catch up when I saw the video. I haven't seen it. I'm hoping at some point I'll be able to see it. But for now, I'll just sort of fluff it and say it was approved and just move on.
Sure. I will definitely second that.
Second. Thank you.
Is there anything about the cabinet or the report to discuss?
If you wish, I can just read it for you and then I will distribute it by email. This is what Michael sent late. It was at 7:09 this evening, so he was late. He said, financials, we have received the second half from the Block Association and has been deposited. The current balance that he covers Street Love and the security report. Current balance for 102nd, 103rd Street is $905 as of June 1, 2026. We've had total participants as 87 as of May 1 from the halfway house. Other is not from the house, which is funded by the Park to Park Fund is 85, so 87, that's from the Block Association, and 85. These stats solely based on attendance sheet and not including bid staff and Peter plus Block Association volunteers. And the equipment has been ordered to replace some of the stagnant BIC coats. I'm not sure. I think there's, you mean the pickers and other supplies. I think there's some typos in that. And he included a security survey report. Shall I read that
Sure.
while we're at it? Okay, so most recent action, the bid went around with the Block Association handing out the postcard to all buildings with doormen, informing them of the survey and the lack of response. Many responded positively, but unfortunately has seen no actions from the contacted businesses. The database, most recent updates to the bid database include automatically pulling a table from the Department of Finance records and their list of contact addresses. Next step, bid will mail out again to property contacts based on updated Department of Finance DOF to see if any additional responses are approved. Once Wilbert is settled, and Wilbert left today to live with his girlfriend in California, but he is still working for the bid, we can pull the report of Block Association building contacts and cross-reference for accuracy. Set up a time to meet and discuss and clarify how collaboration between both active Block Association buildings and bid can work to not duplicate work and update records on both parties. A, discuss expectation on response rates. B, or end date for reporting purposes. 4, designate one staff member to full report about feasibility based on threshold response rates stated above and provide options that are left to Block Association explorations for the future. Michael Gonzalez, Interim Executive Director. And I will distribute it. So that's the Cabot report on Park to Park and the security survey.
What is this against that, what he wants us to ask CD7 to buy for us? I will go there tomorrow morning and ask him. I will sit down with him and do this.
Okay.
Thank you.
I wonder if I could, can I add something to this? Actually, they're not up to date completely on the returns that we've had from the owners of properties along the way.
Gary?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's hard to hear you. So if you could speak up.
It up a little more. Okay. So we just wanted to add that last month we had almost $3,000 from the buildings in our area. Most of that coming from the master's apartment, who again produced a really large contribution to us. This year, I picked up the mail a few days ago, and we had 6 or 7 checks from buildings. I think totaling about $1,000. So what I would say is that the work that was done in terms of sending out notes to the buildings seems to be paying dividends, and I think I was skeptical about it, but I think we shouldn't be skeptical. In fact, it's been very helpful in terms of the amount of returns that have come into us.
Yep, very good news. And I've been sharing that contact information with Michael for the database that he's doing the postcards from. So it might help boost the response on that survey using the new updated contact info.
Okay.
Shall we move on to the discussion? Long as people, welcome. I don't do show and tell.
I sent this link around for those who are virtual, and I hope you can see those who are in the room. I'm gonna show you just a slew of pictures. You see how fun and happy this is? Every kind of face, smiles on all of them, up and down our streets. It's such a beautiful thing. Dogs, kids, everybody, people sitting, using rocks as tables, people just making it work. I just have a few more, this will take me 2 more seconds, but I just loved the absolute diversity of the neighborhood, the joy, and the fact that we pulled it off, guys.
And our boats, welcoming tables were busy, means that people were coming from both sides. Great.
Yes, okay, so now I have
Well done.
stats, but wait, there's more. So that was the fun stuff, and now there's some equally fun, but, we had about, I lost count after, count after 671. So we had a lot of attendees, at least, yeah, and then we
You
had.
count Janice?
We had 276 orders, but 143 people checked in. The numbers are just like that. It's almost a reminder that's how it's gonna work. But the good news is I have 143 emails that we can use for our distribution list, et cetera. I also have 193 surveys, which is amazing. Everybody was
Highest
like,
number.
ever. I've never seen this many. So that was super exciting. 7 restaurants participated in giving discounts. 3 restaurants brought stuff to the table that I'm aware of. I don't know if others did. We got 32,167 displays on LinkedIn YC. Because we put it in there. Thank you, Rich, for that inspiration. We got 1 article, West Side Spirit, which was a really nice write-up. We had at least 5 electives that I'm aware of who showed up.
Got 6.
Oh, yeah.
Well, one of them's not, 2 of them are not elected yet, but.
Fair, yeah.
Candidates.
Yes, candidates or in office.
Byron.
Not even necessarily from here, because Gail is not even in this district anymore, but she came.
Right.
And then the good news for money. I know that we have a $3,500 grant from Workday via the Longest Table organization.
Thank you.
We have $672 donated via Eventbrite, which I think we figured out how to get into our bank. And then I don't know what happened at the day of event.
101, which I passed to Gary for his deposit.
Right.
into
So
the
that's
bank.
from the local
And then
tables.
we also received $75 on the Square. That I received the email and I need to send the report from Square to Gary to check with the account because Square sometimes make a mistake and doesn't send
So
them.
do people end up using the QR codes?
I believe it's a QR code. Based on the check mark that is on the
'Cause-
app, I think it's.
Yeah, okay, because last I knew, we had the square, but not a QR code. That wasn't the one they
Oh,
wanted to navigate.
I figured that out.
We figured out the QR.
And then the QR code that I made that was behind the table number,
Yeah,
that is, I made it specifically for Longest Table. So anyone use that QR code to send us money on the app is going to divide it on the Longest Table.
So you can track where.
Yes. So basically, when you make QR codes, Square has the option of you give a title to it. And then it will be separated, and then based on which the QR code has been used to donate money.
so this 75 included the QR code ones or just the actual square that people use?
I believe the machine wasn't used, people scanned
Use
it
the
on.
QR codes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so I think we got $4,200, which is pretty good. That'll go a long way to covering, I think, the cost. We do have the tablecloths are intact. They're at West Prep. They're gonna wash them and keep them and probably use them and then let us use them when we're ready. We have extra t-shirts. We have other supplies that are, the numbers, the signs, that's all reusable.
To the tote bags though?
Oh, that was a question, the tote bag.
I don't know how much of the $100 might have been tote bags,
I see.
not sure.
Oh, my tote bag's pretty nice.
So we'll use them, I don't know, I haven't counted what's left,
Oh,
but,
We have plenty of events we can.
right, they're
we
meant
can-
for anything going
They're
forward.
great. They're so great.
So the.
I gave a few to some of the greeters,
Great.
just to say thank you. And we can do that for other people you'd like to thank.
That was my next list. Did you have something?
Just one more thing on the, like that. It's like a square and.
Those friends are money and.
Restaurant, I've heard.
Oh, yeah, I did want to ask about the restaurants. Do we know how many people used? Do we have any way of tracking?
No, we have to go back. I did see one table with pushing out it and I didn't, that was right, you know.
And I saw one
Anecdotal.
table with the when they were cleaning out with the bags from the Greek restaurant.
From
Oh,
Cali.
you were just for you, people were saying how many and how many more they were delivering.
Oh, they were, okay,
They were
great.
very-
So you got.
They had
They-
numbers. I don't remember what they were.
Okay, they brought lots. Sal and Carmine, so the, Sal and Carmine brought 10 pies. Just for you brought a bunch of fried chicken and fried wings and things. And then Lee from Dive Bar was really helpful with the ice. And the lesson there, which we'll get to, is that he said if we called earlier, he would have had a 3-foot sub, but I called too late. And it was, he just helped us with keeping the drinks
We
filled.
would have had a what center?
3-foot
long
something.
sub.
Oh.
He would have happily given. And so it was my bad for calling too late. But the thank yous go to number 1, NYPD. I sat out there at 8:30 in the morning with my fingers crossed, hoping for people to move their car. And in came 5 tow trucks. I think you've all heard the story, but I love it.
No, I have not heard.
5 New York City
At
tow
8:30?
trucks. And I couldn't believe my eyes. And then a police car behind, and then Officer Jones and his partner, who I don't know her name, step out of the car. They were thrilled. They said, we always ask for 5. We never expect them to.
How many cars had to be taken off the street?
7.
But there were
But
signs
one of
telling
them
people
led
on
me
the
to
electric
think-
cars,
Sorry.
there were signs on
Yeah.
the,
Yes.
and people still.
There's a week-long process. Every day there are like avid troopers. We have a team. We have a team of putting them under windshields and on the sign every day for a week.
And I was worried that would this make neighbors another reason to be angry, and I talked with the police officer and they said that, no, don't worry, we are calling them. And one car actually said that I'm not going to be here till, I cannot move my car till next day. So they said that they're going to move it, and then the car towards the west end, the girl came. She said that I'm coming and she
Yeah.
made it.
And they just place it in the neighborhood. Yeah.
Oh, they don't tow it to the.
No, they place it. And on a Sunday, and on a Sunday, there's many street.
Yeah, it's
meter
just when you go to look for your car and it's not there
Yeah.
anymore.
You want to get
All
stolen.
that's
That's what
pretended on the right.
That's what the phone call was.
So do we know how that happened? How did that happen?
Officer Jones put in the request.
But how did we get him to do that?
I can tell you that. It's because of the new commander of the 24th. Vinny Scale, and the community council, in which she not only gave us support and blessings for the longest table and any other events on the shared streets. But the community council had a whole table with 20 people there, so it's really, so it's kind of a new day with relationship with the 24th precinct and this level of cooperation. She's also been very supportive of the speed limit and educating everybody in the precinct, is much more aware of 103rd Street and the shared street and events on the shared street than ever before. So she's really made a huge difference, and we need to give them all a big thank you.
Yes, all right, so the reason I'm so interested is Steve Zirinsky contacted me and said, how did you get the police to take all these cars off the street? And they have their yard sale in September. So should I tell him to talk to the precinct? Would that be the thing? Because they're not on the shared, they're on 100.
That's okay.
I think as soon as you get a permit to close your street,
Yes.
that will be part of what you get.
Okay, great.
And
We'll talk to him, it's probably, oh,
And then the presence of the police during the event, which is due to a new regulation, because something happened apparently in Queen. And since then, when there is a permit during the time of the event, police car would be present to make sure the security.
Permit work, total. street
Yeah.
closure.
Yeah, when there's a request for closure of the street,
Yeah.
police cars would be there during the event.
Yeah.
So that's why we had police car both at the west end and Broadway side. gardens and read. I saw.
Yeah, it was overkill. It was more than we could have ever imagined.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, you need more than one.
Hallelujah, but whatever.
You wanna give them a plate of food?
You offer. Yeah, I'm trying to get my-
I've given them waters too.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
they're not allowed.
So big thank you to NYPD and to Cabot, they were rock stars, to West Prep, of course, to Mount Sinai, to Hostel International, to Marseille, to Guy Bartley, to Sal and Carmine Luciano, and what is the name of the Just For You person?
Oh, Wan Chen.
Wonderful.
I'll
So
give
these
you,
are all due, like I haven't gotten that far, but I'm just
I
telling you
have-
the list.
I have all the.
Okay, and if we want to thank the electeds or potentials that showed up.
Sean Abreu had chairs and tables.
Oh, did he
too.
say?
Yes, yes, he sent chairs and tables.
I
And
just now-
Cabot picked those up and returned them to his office. But yeah.
Oh,
they-
sorry, yeah, we got those from Cabot, yeah.
Yeah, but
I thought you
they,
meant he sat down to eat.
no,
Yeah.
but
I
he,
just saw a photo of him there.
oh,
I
okay.
never
Joe
saw
was
him
there.
with my own eyes.
Sure, with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Gail, and then who are all the candidates? Dina and Stephanie and Stubai.
Micah, did Micah come?
I did see Mike at,
Oh, Eric Botcher was here.
yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
so 3 electeds and 3 candidates.
Yeah.
And, Hoyleman sent a representative.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you can make it.
So there were 671 and there were only seats for 450.
No, it ended up being like 550. So here's the thing, the school has 500. The lesson learned is take all the rack. We only took half the first time. We didn't realize for whatever reason. So we had to do 2 trips, which took a little bit longer. But they're there. And then we had Rao and I and you, and like at the end of the day, there was at least 500. And the 670 is because everyone said people are roaming.
There was no one who came and complained and said, there's no seat for me.
There was plenty of that.
Yeah.
Plenty of that. This is how it happened. I'll tell you my experience and then I'll wrap it up, which is it was chaos at the beginning as it is. And there's just, people who don't know, who've done it, or are doing it for the first time. And so it is key to have like point people for the welcome to make table, point people for different things. But everybody's willing and able, you know what I mean? So it's like a lot of positive energy and it's just chaos. So that's fine. And we get it all set up. We had not nearly enough tables and chairs. And we realized the chairs because we didn't bring all of them. And the tables, we just scrambled for whoever's building could contribute extra. So that's just a note. Once you push them all together, there's a lot more room. So we should just take note of that. And then when the table captains start showing up a half an hour early, they're like, where's the numbers? I'm like, right. And so that's where somebody's like dutifully like still stuffing. I'm like, just put them on the table. We gotta go. So it's just, it's just recognizing one thing, domino effect. So once we got the tables with numbers, then people figured it out. And once you show a couple people, this is how it works. You knock your chair in, it's yours. So the precinct folks, for example, people are very nervous, like, wait, I have 20 people coming and I don't know where to sit. I don't know what my table number is. It's like, there is no assignment. You find the table first, we'll give you the numbers to tell your friends. So as soon as we set that example, then people could tell others and then work out. But I'll just tell you the glory, and then there's a line, because the check-in table, it's not perfect. And people are like, they want.
We had so many greeters that even people who were waiting online, those of us who were not, let's say, sitting at the table, got up and we worked the line.
Exactly.
It really worked okay.
And so this line lasted for like 2 minutes.
There
and then-
wasn't any-
And then that worked. So I would say literally, I think it was at 6:40 or 6:45, it was like a moment of bliss. I looked around and there's no lines and everybody's at the table and everybody's happy and eating and doing it. So literally it takes a half an hour or so,
Yeah.
not 6:45, we started at 5:45, so I meant to say. So that first half hour and then it was just glorious,
Yeah.
just glorious.
And everyone I encountered who was having trouble with seats, as soon as one of the yellow shirts involved him or herself and helped and said, oh, here's a chair here and I'll find you a chair there. And, somehow carved out a little corner. They were fine. Nobody was really cranky.
They were just nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that. There was one group of 4 and these women, they're like, but does that mean I can't sit there? So I was like, well, what about this table, which would just happen to be a 4 table? They're like, oh, we were hoping for that one. I was like, hallelujah. So yes, everybody problem solved on the spot
Yeah.
and it works. And you have to sort of be comfortable with the mess to get to the point. But I welcome notes, top of mind, if everybody has.
I got 3 thoughts.
Yeah, please.
While it's still fresh in your mind, if you make yourself a list of the volunteer jobs, like somebody taking the table numbers and putting them around, or somebody's in charge, I know you had people on the tablecloths and all of that, just so that when you have, let's say, more greeters than you need, you can grab them, put them onto something else that's not being done, because you didn't have a volunteer for that.
Yeah, fair enough. And I know with Celia also, it's a confusion of the welcome tables. I think I wasn't clear, whatever, of who was in charge of each welcome table, so that was.
So we
Yeah.
worked that out.
Yeah.
Suggestion 2 is I think we need to do a better job on trash. Somehow we need to get some trash barrels so it's clear for the water bottles, recyclables, glass and plastic stuff.
Yeah.
As opposed to regular trash, and if we could do a compost bin, that would be great. Not that we're going to take care of people's trash for them, but if we could have, a set of 3.
I think even right in the middle, that would have been.
Yeah.
One at each and one in the middle, something like that.
Yeah.
I'll circulate the photo that I took at an event in Brooklyn called the Dumbo Drop. Where thousands of elephants fall from the sky, and they really do.
Fun.
And they had a really good trash setup, which is why it was on my mind, so I'll send that around to everybody. Which will help us all remember for next year that we want to do something. The other comment that I was given was from somebody who had come solo and wanted to meet new people, and wound up sitting at a table where she met 2 new people, a very nice couple who longtime Rock Association residents and members and supporters. So that was good, but she wanted more than that. And just, it wasn't clear enough to her anyway, which tables were designated for the not big groups. So I think either having a balloon or a different color tablecloth or something that designates that this is not a group table, this is for the straight people, would be helpful to them.
I think, one of the, since, of course, we didn't know that we were going to get this great towing participation, but because, last year we were still, scrambling because there were cars on the street. So we couldn't get started until later, but this year we could have, once the street was cleared, so we could have set up earlier and got the readers trained and situated. So if we know that we're going to have this kind of cooperation going forward and towing, then we could get the readers set up and trained and everything. And even the tables and chairs moved earlier. And that would have given us, if we had another hour before everybody started arriving, it would have been helpful. But I think we didn't do that because last year, we really couldn't because we were still chasing cars
The
out.
other big difference is a Sunday versus a Thursday.
Yeah, that's true. That actually, right, which turned out to be really good, right?
For setup. in particular.
For setup, yeah. And also towing cars to open spaces
Yeah.
nearby and stuff like that. Yeah, Sunday seems like a
Might be a
good,
good thing to remember.
a good day. Okay, so yeah, it was amazingly successful and it's gonna just keep getting better.
Do you guys have notes? Since you.
I have a suggestion, but I am not sure because Jackie is my neighbor in the same apartment and in the same building, and she told me about it because she reads the newsletter. Except for that,
I've saved everyone.
yeah. Where else I could be aware of this event? Was there flyers? Was there enough, you know what I'm saying, advertisement?
That's the problem that we have. We were trying a month ahead. We started putting flyers all over 103 and 102. But we have a group of dear neighbors that would like to go around and remove them.
But you know what you can do, for example, you can print them and give it to, for example, the Make Deli or Do and Read, and then they give you something and then they just slip it
We give it to the yeah, at the end, we give it to the restaurants and they put it behind their glass and then that's the link,
It's also
NYC.
published in the newsletter that goes under the door of every apartment.
Yes, that's what I said. She read it and she
Right.
told me,
And
but I
also
am
in-
more of a visual. If I see a
The
picture.
buildings are supposed to have it, on their bulletin board, if you have one in your building, or
Yeah.
the email. that goes
Put it
out.
there.
I got it from you that morning.
Oh,
One morning you were giving me one, and I took it, because even though I knew it, I said, let me put it up in
Yeah,
the
she put it
window,
in
so
the-
everyone can just go by
Yeah.
and.
If you have other ideas, we really, this is the hardest part, it's just like getting living
Yeah.
people 10 feet away from us.
You know, we got a lot of kids in the neighborhood, you know, I work at NYU. And what we do a couple of times a year, we give our student workers to take over our social media.
Okay.
And sometimes, again, to get the kids involved, maybe that's something they could do and,
It's a really good
you know,
thought.
to,
We did find, for example, I love the Upper West Side blog.
yeah, yeah.
Handle. As soon as that hits.
So let the kids, if
Yeah.
kids get involved, then they'll tell the parents, hey, let's go to this or something. So I don't know if there's something to involve teens, preteens at the event.
Mhm.
You know, to make them want to bring their parents. But, I remember the first one was a Thursday.
Yeah.
I had forgotten all about it and I get off the train and I'm like, oh my God, I missed it, cause I saw it at the tail end of it, and I was working late, and like, you know, so I'm glad it was on a Sunday. I said, okay,
So you
I should
prefer
make it.
Sunday.
Yeah. 'Cause I can-
Sunday is the best day, and what, a couple of, comments I got, because I was at the, our table was at the west end. And I saw some people came that they were passing by and most of them they were living in higher streets.
Yeah,
And they asked me what it is about, and they are not having block association and stuff. So what thing I was thinking that, what do you guys think that maybe we make like a small flyer or something and then distribute it in the buildings, offered on our block and saying that maybe like a information about block association, and these are our annual events. And if you would like to sign up for the list, because they said, oh, we didn't know anything, I'm like, one lady was in 104, one was in 106, the other one was 108. And so that we didn't know, and I just said that it's an annual.
if you take that.
event.
Some people, they think, when they see the 102, 103, they think only, right, they can get involved rather than, oh, can 104 get involved?
104 has a block association, so they knew, but then above that, there were some people that came and asked.
Well, there is the 111th Block Association, we could reach out to them and have them publicize it to their people.
Mhm.
And there were a bunch of them, that's not the only one, there's a
Mhm.
few others up there.
But we did want to prioritize our immediate area.
There wasn't by design, we kept it pretty tight
Yeah,
until
Until the
last week, and
right.
then we opened it up with the blocks.
Did you guys see a lot of people from our Block Association? Do you
Yes.
feel like there were that?
Yes.
Yes.
I saw Steve from 104 was there.
Yes, with his dog, he couldn't join us because his wife just had surgery, so he had to, otherwise he would have stayed.
But it's
Yeah.
not so many people
Yeah.
from the blocks,
Yeah,
from
good.
102, like real neighbors.
Yeah.
People getting hang of it, sorry that takes so long.
And then
That's
for
all I got.
the last item for social media, I got the password from Eden.
Great.
And then I start posting stories
Yeah.
of all the restaurants.
Yeah.
Two of the restaurants posted on their Instagram about the longest table and their participation, so I shared their post.
Oh, that's
And
great.
then, on the day, I just said that, you know, longest table is around the corner, so you get a 5. And then tag the longest table community, so they shared our story. And then I shared all the pictures from our table that they shared. So that, and for now, our, the number of people who saw it between 30 to 50 for the stories. So what I want to do is I want to continue, like Wednesdays, I want to take a story and make a video or do a live, say that, you know, we are here Wednesday, street love, stuff like that. Do it every week so that people would start getting our Instagram account on their feed.
So I have 5 really quick things, and I know we're, number one, in terms of publicity, I think we should keep in mind we sold out. So enough people did know. And I think we did a good job of focusing initially on people on the blocks. But it's definitely, we want to make sure people know and don't miss out because they didn't know, but we reached enough people. Two, on the topic of Steve and wanting to get the precinct, might tell him to go to the precinct council because it's a good way to just get their attention. Three, in terms of restaurants, fabulous job, and it could be worth, it could be worth going back to all of them to see like what they got
Yes.
and just
Yeah.
reinforcing, by doing that, it reinforces the,
I'm going to do that. It was an educational experience
Mhm.
for me. Each restaurant, the ones that went quickly were 90 minutes and many of them were 2 or 3
Mhm.
hours. It's interesting. Telio is a very, I mean, again, and we're so lucky, we're so grateful to have these family-owned ethnic restaurants, but English is not a primary, if the Telio owners are all speaking Greek and they know enough English to hospitality and great food. But in terms of following up and communication and texting and stuff like that, not their strength. Now, Wan Chen at Just For You, she is like all over this and was putting in the little flyers in every delivery basket that was going out. And she's totally fluent, as well as Arco that was the first to create a separate web page with a code. So we'll find out from Danielle who
and that'll be helpful for next year to know just how it performed.
what the response was and how many people asked for discounts. The low tech way to do it, which is what Kasari and Telio wound up doing, was simply putting our flyer in the window with a sign, 20% discount for that kind of. I'm hoping that was very effective for them, and we'll see. How's that ankle doing?
So two last things. One is,
welcoming.
Lots of great people to thank. I wonder if the West Side Rag might consider doing an article, or someone were to write it and just talk about what a great bringing together the community and just how so many people, the police and the elected and all the others came together. And
They did one last year after,
And then
Yeah.
this year they said the writer said, I can't go this year, but everyone should go, like she.
Yeah, but I
promoted-
wonder if they might do like a postmortem
Well, they
article.
didn't come, I don't know if they can do it.
No, they would take a guess.
Yeah.
You could write it and see if they would take a
Oh,
guess
you're right,
writer.
Deborah.
I thought you wanted it.
Or someone. What's that?
I thought you wanted your daughter to write it.
No, she
Been there, done that.
Yeah. And the last thing is, I used to work for a company that produced some of the world's biggest jazz festivals. And I worked with people who were just born organizers. And these were like world-class people who knew how to put together like basically a makeshift city in a few days. And they just had this calm and just a sixth sense of how to do it and just make events really successful. And I saw that Deborah, like, just in pulling this together was extraordinary, and like just every detail and like making it happen and like and staying calm at the event and just everything you did was fabulous and just led to success. So just want to put that out there.
Peter and Jennifer, would it be helpful if I left a supply of the tote bags that you could bring, let's say, to the precinct?
Oh, that's an excellent idea.
The restaurants who
Yes.
participated, give one
Yes.
to the GI.
Yes,
Give one to the,
yes.
Right.
Hopefully they will take it. They're very reticent when it comes to anything, accepting any.
Yeah, it's a tote bag.
Anything, but the restaurants, I'm sure
Yeah.
will take it. I did have a question. Unfortunately, Ethan did not respond, and he's not on the Zoom, Rich?
No, just Gary.
Okay, because in terms of our,
Oh wait, there's a third person. Mary's on.
okay. We all have pictures, and I know you had a shared album last year. Ultimately, that shared album should go on the Block Association
okay.
Drive. But what should we do with all, we want to be able to send all of our photos. We had
Can each of
seven
us upload to the?
guests and they all send pictures and.
Can we upload that to the Block Association?
Yeah, yes, well, that's what I'm asking. Do we have a photo,
Thank you.
a Google photo album on the drive? And I don't know that we do.
I can check with the new Google setup, we should.
Okay, so I'm not even sure what the new Google setup is. Are you, or that's what I was hoping?
Used to be, but Ethan sent us all an email, I think.
Is it a username and password? I saw the
I sent
information.
an email and I tried to follow the directions and I just.
Sometimes it doesn't need it. If it is a short one, it doesn't need it.
Well, this is a shared workspace drive, so it's not just like a personal shared drive. So it might, and I don't know in terms about setting up a photo album, but we're going to need, we're gonna need a link or some way where we can share our, because I have some amazing photos. We want to make sure that they're available for the newsletter and any kind of, and the website and all of
I have
that.
a folder also, so.
I know you do on your personal one that you
Yeah.
shared last year that I uploaded a bunch of, but all of that should go into the Block Association photo album.
Okay, well, I'll look into it because I want to move stuff also, but.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we'll leave that in your good hands. Okay. And I'm sure,
Yes,
Yeah. Getting to the idea mentioned about people wanting to meet. If we could get maybe like a sponsor, a corporate sponsor, like for drinks. And you make a drinks table in the middle and say, hey, anyone can go meet there, the soft drinks or whatever. And they have to get up from the table. I learned this from my Japanese friends, that anytime anyone gets up to go to the bathroom, someone has to move and sit in your seat. And so when you come back, you're forced to sit somewhere else, and that's how the conversation moves around along the table. When you drink enough, you gotta go, right? But then they don't feel, oh, I never felt, to stick at one table, like one in an hour, I get so many people.
Actually,
I
I
came
was
late.
sitting at my table and I thought that you're not moving as well unless you told me there is the Persian lady here. And then you
You came to me with the newsletter.
Yeah, I think there was-
Yeah. So I'm just getting wrong, but if you don't mind, I was actually thinking that if this is the street and you have these tables row here, I thought that this is actually too wide. If you can have it closer, that the conversation.
It's a fire lane.
Yeah, that's fine.
But if we marked tables and they weren't necessarily always vacant, or maybe they should be, as the mixer tables, then
Like
people would
sitting
be
a
able
little bit
to,
more.
right.
We did start that last year, we didn't do it this year.
But a standing thing, not necessarily a sitting thing. The standing thing means that you're
staying,
you're
yeah.
moving around, right?
So maybe we could get
If you want to
a high
walk down, they
top.
just stay. So get them to move around, just have some standing tables, like, like man, like, okay, move.
so I have
Or
a
not.
tiny little short movie of the awesomeness of the setup that I would like to show. What would be the best way to do
You wanna
that?
log into Zoom and share your screen?
Okay, sure.
You have the link?
Peter, maybe could you just send it to us so we can?
Yeah, I wanted the people, all right, okay, we'll
Yeah.
go ahead. All right, it's short and it's great, and it just shows the incredible speed in which the whole block was set up after the truck was arriving, and everybody was like working their tails off. It was great. And the cleanup also was really good. I mean, everybody.
So we make sure that the street was fully clean.
There was,
Grab all the
I
garbage.
will just say there was an additional time because we did more laps than previously, so it may affect the price of what we get for an invoice from Kevin.
Oh, yeah, and we actually, we really made sure that the street was very, very clean before you arrived, so we used that time to make sure that because it wasn't, when all the cars were gone, there was litter there, and that was gone.
So I have.
The cleanup, the block the street had never been cleaner, at the end of it, because we could really get
I have one more question
all the
about
nooks and
those.
crannies.
There was supposedly money available through the Borough President's office.
I never got to that.
Okay,
I don't think it's
there's
too late.
still time.
I think there's.
You can do it after the event, but you have to do it by June 30th.
Yeah.
Do you have the information about it somewhere?
I do.
Okay,
Get my emails from.
okay. I mean, it's worth a shot.
I think it's worth a shot. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah.
Okay.
So shall we go to the next?
Yes.
So the next is the treasury and the report from Gary with regard to our appointment at at Chase.
Well, we're in the process of making a transition, and I have organized a meeting at Chase to try to get my names off a bunch of things and other people's names onto a bunch of things. And we're going to do a session at the end of the month for the month end income and other things. And hopefully by the beginning of next month, we will have a new deputy chair of co-chair of the organization. One of the things I do think is that it's really important to, at this point, open up and decide on some of the issues about whether we're going to continue to go with Chase on things, or whether, and also whether we're going to go with PayPal, which has been an incredible irritation in its inability to shift from one set of people to another set of people in it. And I haven't been able, Ethan's been away most of the time, so we haven't been able to get everybody together to think this through, but that's probably going to have to happen after the first of next month with the new group that takes over. So things are going fine. We've had, as I said, a good month so far this month of checks and other things that we've been receiving, and it's a nice way to end my term as co-chair.
Gary, it was very hard to hear some of what you said. So after the meeting, if you would summarize your comments in an email to all of us, that would be helpful.
Okay. Well, I have to the highest level here, so I'm not sure whether it's my end that's not getting through, or whether it's the other end.
I wonder if it's your microphone, or yeah. Let me try to paraphrase and see if I got much of it right. But Gary said he's working with the bank to change the account registrations to take his name off and other people's names on. That he's hoping that there will be a chair within the next month or two, which caught me by surprise.
A chair?
Of the block association.
Oh, we have to do elections.
Yes.
I
Did I hear that right, or?
am hoping, but
Okay.
I didn't say that.
Okay, Gary, I have a question. I
Yeah.
have the receipt for the tote bags that we just bought. Should I give it to you or to Neusha?
Well, if you want it on this month, give it to me, and it's starting next month. You'll have to give it to her. Yeah,
Okay, are you in the city?
I'm back on the 27th, I believe. So,
Okay, so between now and the 27th, I should just hold on to it.
Yep.
Okay,
okay.
Thank you so much. The next topic is the security survey.
We did that.
We did that with Mike Cabot. And then the next one would be the newsletter update.
you want to do that, or should I do that?
Go ahead.
The June, AKA summer issue was published. We got it done very quickly and smoothly this time. Amy and Ariana and Terrence are just the best squad ever. We had some distribution glitches that we have overcome, but I think, for instance, the Broadmoor didn't get their newsletters till the weekend. So they didn't have this under their doors to learn about the longest table till the very last minute.
Oh, this past weekend.
Oh,
So it means that when I went and the
all the ones
guy-
you did.
the guy told me that don't. So it's not that one, because one of them, the guy said, I don't want you to go in, maybe because they didn't know me.
Okay.
The white building here, and then just put it in the box and people would grab it. That was the one that I. didn't
Okay, now
know.
this is the Broadmoor, the big building right across the street from me,
Hmm.
102 in Broadmoor.
Oh,
just to be clear, that they would have known about the longest table because we had announced it last newsletter. They hadn't known about the registration details.
Right. And we've worked on, since we found out there was a problem there, correcting that problem. We just got a new volunteer to distribute on the west 102nd between Riverside and West End block. So those will no longer be in the box that you guys did this last time. I think it's a great issue. It's got a nice varied chock-a-block content. And like I said, it went together very quickly and smoothly. We didn't have any last minute, oh my God, you know what, we forgot. So that was good. Anything to add?
Talia was very grateful, I can tell you,
Oh, good.
from my interaction with them, they were aware of it. They're printing out, I gave them the color page that they can print out in color and post it on, have it framed on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, a couple things, we're, believe it or not, gearing up for the next one. And hopefully, Debbie, you'll be willing to write up the longest table. With all the thank yous, that's really important. Maybe we'll do a little box, talking about the restaurant participation, because that was new this year and seems to have been pretty popular.
Yep.
And then another thing is, if anyone has ideas of restaurants that you'd like us to review that we haven't, we're open.
There's a new Mexican place opening on 104th, just off Broadway.
With that Malaysian site.
Yeah, so, yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah. Is it open
They
already?
did a soft opening.
Oh, they did,
and
okay.
What I went with there, it's done up, but they were closed.
Right, when I walked by, it wasn't.
the one looking at scary.
Yeah, where Malaysia Grill was. Yeah,
I was also
next
thinking
to,
of
next to
it,
the laundromat.
did we do a profile of our new commanding officer, Vinnie Scale?
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the other one.
Yeah.
That was on the scene.
She actually was.
Oh, she
there.
was there.
With Steven.
yeah.
Wow, so that,
Give me a
is-
picture.
you called her his partner, but she's.
She's in charge of the whole 9 yards.
I have her pictures of her,
So they-
of some of her officers, a very nice one here.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
others, so I'll update, I'll upload
And
that.
obviously, we're gonna want a lot of photos.
Yeah.
From longest.
Oh, and
Table.
also,
Would the profile be like a Q&A? Because that's always good for them to see
Yeah,
what their
yeah.
mission is
Yeah,
with the
depending on
community.
who, do you wanna write it?
Not later, but I'm just saying that's people.
Yeah, yeah.
They like to get engaged, so they don't get that.
Right,
It's a different message.
No,
And it's really just-
that's not, she is the,
Right. No, that,
so that's Steve Jones, and she is, I have her contact information, but that's not.
Not
Denise.
finished.
No.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay, so that's.
So we are moving toward the fall issue, despite it not having really kicked in that it's summer yet.
what's the
What would be
deadline?
the deadline?
Yeah,
Mid to late,
Mid-August.
oh, no, yeah, copy deadline will be mid-August.
It'll come out just after Labor Day.
Oh,
Labor Day
good.
is late this year because September starts
Oh,
on a
that's right.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
So Labor Day is the
And we'll-
next week,
we'll
the
want to
Monday.
promote the Halloween party, that'll be the next
Right.
thing.
okay.
If you want another idea for an article, and I'm not volunteering to write it, is the Red Clay Tennis Courts has a new executive director who had been at the National Tennis Center or at the USTA for 20 years. So she's really connected with
Little
the tennis
close to
community.
USA.
All right, could
Okay.
would you be willing to interview her and then we'll write the article? Okay.
So then the next topic would be the tax status
It's gonna be so fast. I've done nothing on it. I really had very little brain space for things other than longest table. In the block association category since our last meeting. So no, I haven't made advances on that. I circulated a bunch of material to the rest of you to review. Why don't we make that a priority topic
For next one.
either for July or for September, perhaps? I don't know that we're gonna come to a different conclusion about what we should do, but the new information that Mark Levine made available at that forum that Gail's office organized is worth at least, looking at, evaluating and commenting on. You have a question?
What is the new info? Like really?
Mark Levine had prepared a packet for block associations, starting out how to write your charter, how to apply for tax exempt status, had a lot of information in it, and I scanned the appropriate section. No, I included a link to the Q. He had a QR code that linked to all of his materials online. And I distributed that link to all of you, highlighting
Okay,
the part of it that's relevant to us.
yeah.
So that's for next meeting. Stevie seven,
Just the one thing is
the
that
list.
they have all this money and they have to spend before the end of the fiscal year, which is June 30th.
Is that the same thing as the?
The cleaning.
Yeah.
Cleaning supply, I mean, that's what they're focusing on. They would like block associations to come to them and say, what do you need for cleaning supplies? Or if you wanna do something with the poles that have stickers on them and stuff like that. But which is other block associations seem to have more of an issue with that than we do. But since we have Street Love, I'm sure there's something we can ask
Yes,
for.
I talked about it, and like, I will go there in person. I'm sure he has so many things on his plate. I will go in person and ask him, can you give me like 5 minutes
Right.
to finish the list, because we need to send it out.
You know, what we should get custom vests with logos that say, and they all need to be washed and everything, so we need a lot of
I
vests.
don't know, I don't know if they'll
We
pay for
can
the
ask
logo
them.
vest, they may just pay for vests.
Okay, well, vests.
but anyway,
we should
you-
say
yeah.
that.
If they give us the best, then Cabot can use their money
Yeah,
for the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the other,
Yeah, because people are being questioned, they have the vest, but there's no sign on it. And then because now that we are more active and there are more members like walking around and working, we get these questions from people walking by asking, what are we doing, which group we are part
And
of.
it's very good promotion.
it's on the list, I can put a note saying, explaining that and ask if they'll
Mm.
pay for it. The other thing is the tree guards, I went back to the guy we originally talked to and asked again if we can get the tree guards. So I think we should keep that separate, because that we can get for free, why should we pay for something that we can get for free?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Sure, perfect. So I will, by tomorrow, 5 PM, you will have an email from me. That I will confirm with Mike.
So that's it for tablet.
Then Share Street, update.
So I'm very hopeful that by the deadline for the next newsletter, we will finally have had our walkthrough and
Oh.
a schedule for repaving and repainting. But
Great,
as of right now, there is no date on the calendar, but it's every week or so. I ping them and they have said June or July, so by the August deadline, we should have something. And we're going to do working day again at the end of
just gonna ask you.
September or
Okay.
October. ACC is going to give us a date for that. So those are the two things, but the big thing is going to be the DOT walkthrough. And the other thing, which I mentioned at the top, was the 10 mph and the precinct awareness of that. And this has also made a huge difference. They're actually responding to 311 complaints about driver behavior in terms of parking not alternate side of the street, which is a whole other thing that you can talk about anything if you want to, but in terms of other, parking violations, they actually have called me back and reported, which I've never done before, and that is a big change in the responsiveness of the precinct.
And one thing I would mention about this, I mean, in general garbage, we lost our garbage bins on 103 in West End. We had two. And then, but one first vanished, and then the other one was moving around between the four corners. And
Yes,
then 1 week after, that vanished too.
that disappeared.
The Michael,
In that city, how do we get replacement?
So
Michael is,
I actually have a very good sanitation department story. I don't know if that now is the time, but it's also a 311. Shall I go ahead and, so we had, is that okay? Pick up. All right. We had I filed a 311 complaint because they did not empty our brown compost bin. And they were supposed to respond in 5 days. And I got a call from the supervisor of this district. And I had a picture of the bin. We went over the procedure. We had done it correctly. He said, well, if you go outside now, it's empty. I sent a truck to make a special. He said, I'm very sorry that this happened.
Wow.
Here is my mobile number and my email. If you have any other issues, let me know. He was great. I was, such a rewarding 311 DSNY experience. So I do have his contact information and can certainly contact him about that. So I am now your trash liaison to the district supervisor for us, and I will ask him about
yeah, because I asked Michael and he said that he never heard of one.
Now I know the
Okay.
Was it Stephen Giglio?
Howard.
No, it's but I'll tell you in a minute. And
So I will follow that up with you. Garbage.
They're great.
Glenn something, and he said Glenn is with 2 N's. We spell it the right way.
Okay. I met, it had been a few months ago, guy Stephen Giglio, who's the deputy chief of Manhattan. And he's also really responsive. It's just a really well-run, great agency.
Yeah, right. And they're, because the cars are not moving, which, they can't wait until this ticket enforcement.
Happens.
Yeah.
It happened today as well. And technically the machine couldn't do much. I was passing by the street at the same time. Insurance. Any update?
Yep.
That was fast. And merchandise.
I bought the tote bags, I should backtrack. After our last meeting, Mary had suggested that we get in touch with, what's the name, Big Frog? And I even went to the store in the West 80s to check out there. Turns out they did not have tote bags available, and because Debbie felt strongly that having something that people have with them when they're out and about was better than having something that they just see in their homes. I thought, let's go with tote bags. It was getting too close to the event. We needed them quick. So I went to 4imprints.com, found a tote bag that they could deliver to us inexpensively and quickly. And I ordered 100 and we got them in time. And I have the invoice to pass to Gary when he's next in the city.
So we are not going to order any other item or it's under investigation?
We certainly can, but do we need more than one item? Do we want a tote bag and another thing? We can discuss that at length some other night.
I think we needed a forum for the merchandise.
Right, events,
Yeah,
I mean, the Halloween, I guess we could have them at the Halloween.
well, they'd be
thing.
great for that.
No.
We can't be. home.
Right. Did you see these kids with these buckets that are overflowing and
Okay.
and also we're gonna wanna have the square at the Halloween party.
and if we start doing lobby events like we've been talking about, we'll have them there. And if we do some sort
So
of
should I-
forum about trash, whatever events we host, we can make them
So we
available.
will put it for next month.
We
to
can.
discuss. And letter to the building,
Nope.
done, finished?
I haven't made progress on that. My plan is to use the draft of the letter that I had created for 315 West 102nd to send around to the people who I consider building representatives in the large buildings, saying, look, we have this letter. If you'd like us to customize it for you, if you'd like to customize it to spread with your fellow residents, happy to do that, but I just haven't had time.
Is this related to the monies that we've gotten from 6 or 7 buildings?
No,
This
that's
is the
building
line.
contributions. This is a letter from a building resident to the other residents saying support the block association. Similar, but different.
And I guess Ethan is not here to update us about the share drive, so that would be a topic for next month. And I recall that they said August is closed, we're not going to have meetings, so that's why I
Right.
didn't put it here.
And my notes told me that Debbie had volunteered for his July Zoom meeting to chair. Is that
I knew that.
correct? There were 2 additional topics that we could potentially get done before we run out of time. Last month, we talked about making a contribution in memory of Ted Berger. And Gary prepared that and gave it to me, and I wrote a letter to accompany the check. And just before I was going to put it in the mail, Peter had an idea.
Maybe there should be an executive. session.
Yes, I think let's do that in executive
So we'll do
session,
that.
because we don't want that on Zoom.
Okay, fine.
Did you have a second thing?
Yes, we need to elect our officers.
Is that also executive session?
Is that also executive session? Can be, it's not, yes. But
All right,
And
so-
that'll probably find ways to wrap up the meeting today.